Okay, it was cloudy, but the rain came swooping in. They actually said it should be raining today anyways, and it's still kind of funny when people aren't prepared here anyways for it to rain all of a sudden. And what I read today, more news I guess about basically shows being canceled when it comes to drones because of that incident in Florida, and this one again in the same state. This one says, pair of Florida tourist spots pause drone shows after holiday accident injures boy. As it says here, a theme park resort and a huge hotel in Central Florida have either stopped using drones or canceled their drone-based shows after several drones collided and fell from the sky during a separate holiday celebration in downtown Orlando, injuring a boy who required surgery. Universal Orlando said this week that it was pausing the drone components of a symphonic spectacular show, while Orlando World Center Marriott posted that it was canceling its scheduled drone light shows during the holiday week. The halt follows an accident on Saturday when drones fell into a crowd of thousands of people watching a holiday show at Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando. A 7-year-old boy was hit in the chest by a drone and required heart surgery, according to his mother. The accident is being investigated by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. Orlando World Center Marriott said other activities for its 12 days of seasonal fun celebration would continue, including visits from Santa Claus, family games, and a fireworks show on New Year's Eve. As they mentioned too, there's still going to be things like a fireworks display, and it makes you think whether or not next year a lot of people would be canceling their drone light shows to bring back fireworks, even though in the recent years, some people had the other mindset where they wanted to replace fireworks with drone shows. But now that all this came out and they're not sure what's going on, I guess people just don't want the liability in many ways, huh? What does this do for companies too that actually conduct things like drone light shows? Will they do something to address the situation, or will they just say, okay, this was a one-off situation, they just have no clue? I don't know if people will be okay with that overall, huh? But either way, people are terrified of drones this year. And with that thought too, still actually, as you know, there's all that news about mystery drones in New Jersey and so forth, and again, they're giving people a lot of warning ahead of time about using drones again for New Year's Eve celebrations. Like this one says, drone warning given ahead of testing for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. The warnings come amidst New Jersey drone drama taking over the news. So it says in these pointers here, in a dose of maybe now isn't the best time for drones in the tri-state area, ABC has posted a warning to New York and New Jersey residents about upcoming drone testing. The drones are expected to be part of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest, which airs at 8 p.m. ET on ABC. This warning was likely posted as ominous drones have been appearing over New Jersey for the past few weeks. The drone testing for the ABC broadcast will take place on Saturday, December 28th. So I guess this is kind of along that theme yesterday with that story on how the police in New York were warning people there were going to be drones around the World Trade Center. Understandably, since everyone's up on edge about drones, and now this, it seems like it doesn't matter who's going to be flying what now. Everyone's going to be paranoid whether or not it's an alien or if it's just somebody using it for work or I guess recreation, huh? And as mentioned before, I'm kind of fascinated to see how officials try to get people to calm down about this when over the past few years, as you know, they fear-mongered the drones to pass things like regulations and all that. So it makes you wonder, what can they do in this case to potentially change people's minds? And I was wondering, why is this going around so much here, where apparently there was news about how in the US President-elect Donald Trump made a comment on how Canada should become the 51st state in the US. Apparently he made a post which made people think even more, okay, he's serious? And people are actually talking about this seriously? And just reading some of these articles like saying, explaining Canada to Americans, what's the video Trudeau posted amid Trump's trolling? So is this quote trolling, or are people like serious about it? Anyways, it says here, in response to the US President-elect Donald Trump's promotion of annexing Canada as an American state, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau posted a video on X made by legendary American newsman Tom Brokaw, who was anchor of NBC Nightly News during the decades when most Americans got their news via their televisions. The video seems to play on the same attitude of American indifference to Canada that has inspired Trump's new gimmick of calling Trudeau the governor of the 51st state. I haven't heard personally anyways in terms of people taking it super serious here. I'm sure there is amongst specific groups of people, but yeah, how is this actually down in the US? Are people taking this really serious? Reminds me of a funny comment actually, where someone wrote in the comment saying, for me, hey, he's so shocked that I wasn't American. I'm like, what in the world? What gave you that idea? Just because I'm more outspoken about certain topics, whereas in, I guess here, most Canadians would just say, okay, be quiet, just do as you're told, like that type of thing. I don't know, again, I just don't see this actually happening overall. I just considered it as kind of like they said, trolling in a way. Well, what would you think? Again, do you think this is serious? All right, see you guys later.